George Barbour was a pioneer in Pittsburgh journalism. A Western Pennsylvania native, Barbour was literary editor of the Oakdale High School newspaper and salutatorian of the class of 1944. As a junior, he enlisted in the U.S. Army Air Corps with the intention of becoming a member of the Tuskegee Airmen. Following graduation, he went on active duty. After being discharged from the Army in 1947, Barbour studied journalism at the University of Pittsburgh. Discovering that there was a color barrier to Pittsburgh journalism jobs after graduation, he took a job at the Jones & Laughlin Steel Aliquippa Works, saved money to buy a camera, and pursued work as a photojournalist. In 1952, he was hired by the Baltimore Afro-American newspaper to do a series on separate but unequal schools on Maryland's Eastern Shore. Barbour worked as a reporter at the Pittsburgh Courier, where he produced first-of-their-kind reports about Pittsburgh's white neighborhoods, such as Troy Hill and Carrick, to gauge the housing and employment opportunities there, compared with those found in African-American neighborhoods. In 1964, Barbour was hired as the first black reporter at Pittsburgh's news radio KDKA. The station had a massive audience and was considered one of the best radio news operations in the entire country. Probably what he's best known for happened in 1965, when Barbour headed to Alabama to cover the historic Selma to Montgomery March firsthand for KDKA. Not only was he the only black radio reporter at the event, he walked the entire 54-mile march. His daughter later said that Barbour was even chased by a group of angry white men. He escaped unharmed and continued to file reports for the duration of the march. In a 1991 interview with KDKA TV's Lynn Hayes Freeland, Barbour said, "Selma was indeed a point that indicated that our country was going to move toward the road to democracy." After leaving KDKA, Barbour worked at radio stations KQV and WZUM and television station WQED. He served as an assistant director of communications for the Pennsylvania State Education Association, and later as a freelance writer, photographer, historian, and lecturer. George Barbour's achievements included Golden Quill Awards, the Pittsburgh Black Media Federation Lifetime Achievement Award, and the Washington, Pennsylvania NAACP 2000 Human Rights Award. In his later years, Barbour was a Sunday school teacher, and he drove a church bus to pick up church members and take them to service. He was a deacon at First Baptist Church of Bridgeville. He died in 2023 at the age of 96. After Barbour's death, his son told the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review, quote, "My father had a strong feeling of pride in America, even though the reality was coming short of the ideal. He stressed that African American people have just as much right to all that it means to be an American." Thank you, George Barbour, for your legacy.